Hello, you guys. It is Crystal Lopez here from crystalandcomp.com. How are you doing today? I hope you're having an amazing day. All right, so I am going to show you a really simple recipe tonight that we do at my house. This is honestly my husband's method. It's what he does. But I asked him if he wanted to record it, and he said, no, you go ahead. So I've seen him do it 100 times. This is his process. It's what he does. So when he was younger, in his teens, his parents owned a pizza restaurant here in San Antonio, Texas. And he worked there with them. They're a big family and they all worked together to make this pizza company work. And so this is how they would do their bread. Now, you're going to see that we have this HEB French bread. It's fresh, hot out of the oven from HEB. Lenny was making dinner for us for Mother's Day for myself and for his mother. So my in-laws came over for dinner, and if he's cooking, he makes this bread to go along with the meal. So this is just kind of his signature thing, and it's the bread that they would make when they had their restaurant, the way that he tops it and does all of this. So it's really good. He starts with a whole clove of garlic. And if family and friends that have had dinner at our house, they can attest to this. They've had this. It's delicious. And he makes it a lot. So he takes a whole clove of garlic, all of it, like the whole bulb, I should say. Not clove, but bulb. And he peels it and he cuts it all up. So I'm just going to start by slicing it in little ringlets, and then we're going to chop it all up and get it nice and fine, because all of that is going to be used on top of this bread. So as you're going along, if you find little pieces of the coating, the covering that is on each clove, as you're cutting it up, it'll become very apparent that you missed little pieces, and you'll be able to pull them out pretty easily. I will tell you, you can use the jarred stuff, but we have really been trying to steer away from that for a couple of reasons. I have always been a huge fan of jarred garlic. It's so convenient. But remember, I've been telling you, the more convenient something is, the more that you're going to pay for it, right? And so in an attempt to save money, we are, every little penny counts, right? So we're just that much more sold on buying the garlic and doing it ourselves. So I buy it in bulk at Sam's or at Costco, and we just break it apart as we need it. Sometimes we need an entire bulb for our dinner, and sometimes we use just a few cloves or half of it. But for this bread, this is going to do 2 loaves of bread. Look at how awesome that looks. This is going to do 2 loaves of bread with this entire bulb of garlic. So he was making salmon for us. That was, instead of taking everybody to a restaurant, and nobody wanted to fight the crowds at a restaurant. We wanted to eat at home. So this is what we had, and this is what he made, a really yummy salmon. He makes a really good salmon. So he says this is how he does it, and I've seen him do it 100 times. So you take that bulb of garlic, put it in a little bowl, and then fill it up with olive oil. So that was probably half a cup of olive oil, probably. And we're going to add to it as we go, but you'll see. And then fresh cracked pepper. I wanted to add some salt. He said, nope, don't add salt. It doesn't need salt. Don't do that. Just do the fresh cracked pepper. Okay. So these loaves of bread are $1 at HEB. They are fresh out of the oven multiple times throughout the day. We cut it open this way. We use this bread for lots of different things. I've got a recipe over on crystalandcomp.com for using this bread to make sloppy joes on French bread. So good. You can use them to make little pizzas, like I guess bread loaf pizza or whatever. Really delicious. So we are taking a pastry brush. That's a silicone brush. It's actually a really nice one. Like, those brush bristles are, sometimes when you get the silicone ones, they don't move very well. This one really does. So it allows you to really coat it well. So we are putting this olive oil, garlic, pepper onto the bread. We're just painting it on there. And as you see, you go through the olive, I mean the olive oil faster than you go through the garlic itself. So add more olive oil to it because that's enough garlic to do 2 full loaves of bread, but it's not enough oil to do 2 full loaves. So you saw that I also sprinkled it with some parsley. You could put fresh parsley on top of there if you wanted to. Sometimes Lenny likes to put cheese on it. The kids really like it when he puts cheese on it. I don't want cheese on it. I like it plain just like this. It's really, really good this way. So we're going to take a cookie sheet and cover it in parchment paper, and we're going to put these on top. And actually, if you have the larger, we have all of our cookie sheets are really big. They're like commercial size maybe, I don't know. But we can fit all 4 halves, so 2 whole loaves on one cookie sheet. So cut it open and then cut the seam. And now you've got 2 independent halves here. And we're just going to put the rest of that olive oil and garlic and pepper onto these 2 French bread halves. We're just going to make sure that it's generously coated. Add a little more olive oil if you need to. We want that yummy, freshly chopped garlic to be evenly spread on all of the bread. So, super easy, super, super simple. This is nothing, I mean, any skill level, no matter what skill level you're at when cooking in the kitchen, this is something anyone can do. If you don't have parsley, don't worry about it. Just skip it. It's really for color. That stuff doesn't give flavor. It's really just to make it look pretty. So we're going to take those 2 halves and also put them on that same cookie sheet. And I've got the oven set at about 400 degrees. Look at how delicious that looks. We're going to pop it in the oven just for like, you want to keep an eye on it. It was probably in there. You have to think, this is already cooked. You're just getting it browned. We put it in for probably 15 minutes, I would say. And there's Princess. She's right there. She loves to sit in front of the oven, I think because she feels the warmth. But there she is, always sitting in front of the oven. We're going to pop that in there for about 15 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. You don't want it to burn. So I'm actually finishing up some, I made a salad to go with dinner, and I had cut up some cucumbers. We love cucumbers. Most of us do anyway, and my mother-in-law really likes them as well. So I had taken the skin off and then just sliced them up. How do you do it? Do you leave the skin on or skin off? And we sometimes just have cucumbers just as a side. So those are the cucumbers that I bought at the H-E-B quick haul that I did that was $65. They were in the crisper drawer, and I wanted to use, I had bought 4 of them, and so we had 2 left, and I used 2 of them to go along with our dinner this night. All right, so here's our bread all done. It's so crispy and so delicious. If you want it a little crispier, leave it in a little longer. If you want it less crispy, take it out a little sooner. So we are just going to take this I have a really sharp knife. I have multiple really sharp knives. I have multiple dull knives. We're going to take this knife and we are just going to, I kind of rock it back and forth like that just so that it's a little bit easier to cut it. You could totally use a bread knife to do anything that I've done here in this video, but I already had this knife out. It was already dirty. I didn't want to dirty up something else. I just washed it off and used it. So we're getting all of this cut up, and we just put it in a big bowl, a big vintage Pyrex bowl that goes to the table, and everybody just grabs their own bread. We make this when we make spaghetti, when we make salmon. Well, Lenny is really the one that does the bread 99.99% of the time. Look at how beautiful that is. So pretty. But this goes with everything, any pasta dish, any fish dish, anytime that you're wanting to serve that dollar bread from H-E-B, but kind of elevate it a little bit, this is a great way to do that. And remember the video I did a couple of days ago where I showed you how to cook for your family on $11 for dinner? That video, I grabbed Walmart French bread, and it's also $1. Now, it was good. It was good bread. I was happy to have it. I will buy it again, I'm sure. It was nice. It was good. It went perfect with our dinner, but I will tell you that H-E-B's French bread, there is nothing like it, especially if you get it fresh out of the oven. It is so good. So, so good. So we're just filling this bowl up. Like I said, it's going to go to the table and everyone will just help themselves and none of that, there will be nothing left. It is so delicious. Should there be a little bit left, put it in a Ziploc bag, leave it out. You don't need to refrigerate it, but make sure that you eat it in a day or so. And you can always heat it back up in the oven. Look at how delicious that is. Oh my goodness, it was so good. If you don't have olive oil, you could totally use butter. That's another great option as well. It was great. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Here's a blooper. You're going to crack up. So funny. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.